What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. So things are getting crazy here. We may have a new billionaire amongst us. That's right. Will you be the next billionaire? Hopefully. Hopefully. Fingers crossed for somebody here in our YouTube community, our extended family, to become the next billionaire. What am I talking about? Well, the next Powerball, of course. Yeah, the next Powerball prize is expected to be $1.2 billion. Actually, might be even more here by the time, because tickets are selling like hotcakes. Yeah, after no winner was drawn here on Monday, the new drawing is going to be here tonight. And the largest prize in Powerball history was $1.58 billion in 2016. This drawing could be close to that. Yeah, this drawing could be close to that. Now, of course, you're going to have to pay taxes on that. So that's going to be about half of that at least. And the odds of winning the jackpot are only 1 in 292 million. So the question is, are you feeling lucky? According to a statement from the Powerball, you got to be feeling very lucky to win that. 1 in 292 million. Yikes. Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully hopefully it'll be someone here from our YouTube community. But again, the odds are very long in tooth to for lack of a better phrase here. Yeah. Apparently you definitely have a better chance of catching a virus because if you think that that's not still around, people seem to forget this. It definitely is. Look at what just happened here at Disney. Not the Disney you're thinking of, but in China, it's definitely a different world over there. Shanghai Disney shut down completely over COVID. Visitors were unable to leave. Yeah. Imagine that. Yeah, it's just a different world than some of these other countries. China, Russia, just imagine, right? Just imagine. Yeah, Shanghai's Disney Resort abruptly suspended operations on Monday to comply with their COVID prevention measures, with all visitors at the time of the announcement directed to stay in the park until they return a negative test for the virus. Just while they're in the middle of the park, they just abruptly decide this. Can you imagine this? And most of these people are outside. I mean, I don't know, say half of them maybe. The resort said at 11:39 a.m. local time it would immediately shut the main theme park, surrounding areas, including its shopping street, until further notice to comply with virus curbs. The Shanghai government said that the park was barring people from entering or exiting, that all visitors inside the site would need to await the results of their tests before they could leave for thousands of people. Wow. Also, anyone who had visited the park since October 27th would need to test 3 times in 3 days as well. And yet they're saying that all of this was over, reportedly, 10 locally transmitted cases for October 30th, all of which it said were people without symptoms. If you believe that, you can let me know your thoughts here on that. Yeah. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization says tuberculosis cases are rising for the first time in years. largely because of people's immune systems being weakened because of the pandemic. This is for millions of people, actually. Yeah, the number of people infected with tuberculosis, including the kind resistant to drugs, rose for the first time in years, according to the World Health Organization. The UN Health Agency said that more than 10 million people worldwide were sickened by tuberculosis in 2021, a 4.5% rise from the year before, and about 1.6 million people died from it. And about 450,000 cases involved people infected with drug resistant tuberculosis. Wow, that's a lot of people, man. 10 million people worldwide last year. So this was just released here now. We won't know how many people this year for quite some time, but if it's not one thing, it's another, right? By the way, tuberculosis is a potentially serious infectious disease that mainly affects the lungs. It's a bacteria that causes tuberculosis to spread from person to person through tiny droplets released into the air via coughs and sneezes. Does that sound familiar? It was once rare in developed countries. Tuberculosis infections began increasing in 1985, partially because of the emergence of HIV that weakens person's immune system. So when people's immune systems get weakened, that's when TB kind of peaks. So it can't fight the TB germs. In the United States, because of stronger control programs, tuberculosis began to decrease again in 1993, but it remains a concern. Many tuberculosis strains resist the drugs used to treat the disease. People with active tuberculosis must take many types of medications for months to get rid of the infection and prevent antibiotic resistance. Although your body can harbor the bacteria that cause tuberculosis, your immune system usually can prevent you from becoming sick. Your body can have inactive tuberculosis and harbor it for a long time. Yeah, you can see here, you can have inactive TB and it can cause no symptoms and it can stay in your body for a long time, actually, until you may have a weakened immune system, potentially by a virus, and that's when it could pop back up. Yeah, so let me know your thoughts here on this. Also, a potential planet killer asteroid with the potential to collide with Earth found hiding in the glare of the sun. Yeah, here's the details on this. 3 asteroids that have been named 2021 LJ4, PH27, and 2022 AP7. The first of 3 in an orbit that's safely and completely interior to Earth's orbit. Only about 25 asteroids with this type of orbit have been discovered to date, astronomers said in a press release, because of the sun. The PH27 one in this category, with one distinction, is much larger. This one has a diameter of 0.5 mile to 1 mile long and is the closest known asteroid to the sun, according to a press release by NOR Lab, making its surface so hot that it can melt lead. There are likely several more asteroids of this size and type within the region, researchers said in their study. Our Twilight survey is scouring the area within the orbits of Earth and Venus for asteroids. The lead author of the new study said, so far we have found 2 large near-Earth asteroids that are about 1 kilometer across, so a little bit less than a mile in size or around a mile in size, that we call planet killers. A third and final newly discovered asteroid called AP7, and unlike its other trio members, has the power to cause a more powerful punch to the planet if it were to collide with us. It's larger with a diameter of just under a mile long. It's an Apollo asteroid, meaning that it has an orbit path that could one day force it to come in contact with the Earth. It also has the largest object potentially hazardous to the planet to be discovered in about 8 years. Over time, this asteroid will get brighter and brighter in the sky as it starts crossing Earth's orbit closer and closer to where the Earth actually is, uh, according to the New York Times. This is what we call a planet killer. If this one hits Earth, it would cause planet-wide destruction. It would be very bad for life as we know it. The Times says so that such an incident for the foreseeable future has an extremely low probability, though. And for now, the hunt for more asteroids continues as they're constantly monitoring the sky just so we know ahead of time in case we have to try to do something. Remember here that NASA actually, back in October, about a month ago, confirmed they had a mission called the DART mission. They've been working on stuff like this for years, actually. They actually just sent out a rocket and collided it with a asteroid, near Earth asteroid that was not set to collide with the Earth, but they did it as a test and did change the trajectory of an asteroid. So sometimes people wonder, like, hey, what are we doing with our tax dollars? So these are like important things here because you never know. One of these times we may have to actually change the trajectory of an asteroid that could hit Earth. If you've ever seen the movie Armageddon or what was the other one? Total Impact. These are things that could actually happen. And if you look here, based on information, based on crater formation rates determined from Earth's closest celestial partner, the Moon, astrologists have determined that during the last 600 million years, the Earth has been struck by 60 objects of diameters of 3 miles or more. So, really large objects. Okay. And also, we know that, believe it or not, some 17,000 meteorites, small rocks, fall to Earth every single year. So, yeah, it's if you've ever seen a meteor shower, right? Those are small rocks coming into Earth's atmosphere. In fact, one of the things me and my wife Laurel like to do is watch the Perseids every single year. We go out and we sit in a chair and we watch it in the sky and just kind of wonder, hey, what could be out there? Talk about life and say, think about the Christmas show that we watch every year. It's a Wonderful Life. Just kind of just think about, hey, the glass is half full. Talk about life and just say, hey, if you could, you ever kind of wonder here if you could sit with any person in the world and just kind of sit there and talk with them, who would you sit and talk with? Who would you sit and talk with? Yeah, interesting kind of thought, right? If you could bring anybody and sit there in a chair with them, who would it be? Who would it be? Yeah. So yeah, honestly, stuff like this not likely to happen, but good to know that they're monitoring and they're doing tests like this. They're sending people out to space stations, and you never know. You never know. Honestly, maybe in my lifetime we'll send somebody to Mars. We'll send somebody to Mars. Honestly, maybe in my son's lifetime. I mean, well, he's 40, almost 40 years younger than me. Maybe they'll have a colony on Mars. This is really cool stuff to even think about. Or maybe even on the moon. It's just, I mean, honestly, to think about that, they could build something like that on the moon. They could build, buildings on there, pump oxygen into them, have that going, and poof, you could have buildings on the moon. I mean, it's totally possible. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. We're capable of this type of stuff. The world is an amazing place. Yeah. So let me know your thoughts here. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis. Make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel if you haven't yet. It's completely free to do so. And I'll keep you up to date here with everything you need to know about. You can click here to watch my newest video next. Or you can click here to watch me, my wife, and my son, our Halloween giveaway video. We gave away $1,000, who the winner's going to be, and you'll get to see our Halloween costumes. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.